Hey guys, and welcome to our review of Suspiria, directed by Luca Guadagnino, starring
Ooh.
Dakota Johnson,
Oh.
Tilda Swinton,
Ooh.
Mia
Really?
Goth,
Yes.
Chloe Grace Moretz, and Lutz Ebersdorf.
Ooh.
Lutz
Ebersdorf.
Yeah.
Bring
yeah,
it back.
in his film debut, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because I didn't know who that was.
pretty exciting stuff.
Who is he?
My name is Scott Ellis.
We'll
We'll
get
there.
Sorry.
Let's do the intro.
My name is Scott Ellis. I'm joined here by Phil Clark.
How's it going? Everybody good?
It's going good. It's going good. Also,
Suspiria.
He's back.
also joining us is Adam Franey.
Are you okay? Are you getting choked up? I'm here every
Sorry.
week, man. Don't cry.
Oof, I'm okay.
I'm hopped up. I'm ready.
You're
Just crack the
Adam.
5-hour energy.
Franny.
Suspiria, story of a young American dancer named Susie Banyan, who arrives in 1977, I believe, Berlin, to audition for a world-renowned dance company, and hijinks ensue.
Hijinks.
Fun ensues.
Crazy capers.
One of the funnest movies.
This is a remake of a 1977 film, ironically, that
Isn't
they set it in 1977. But the original 1977 film, directed by, I want to say Dario Argento, is that right?
I
Bingo.
believe so.
How many of you guys have seen the original?
No.
I have seen
Yeah.
the original.
Did you like the original? What did you?
I thought the original was fine.
Yeah, I thought it was fine. I thought it was good.
So I'm the only
Yeah.
one who hasn't seen the...
You didn't love it, though.
I didn't love it. I thought it was good.
Me, okay.
It was
So on the
striking.
same page. Yeah.
Was there as many crazy hijinks in the first one as this one?
There were some hijinks.
The jinx were high, but like, I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't as hijinksy.
It wasn't as brutal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was this movie brutal?
Well,
that's
in
what
its
we're here
depiction
to
of certain
talk about.
things. Let's start with you, Adam. What did
With
you
me?
think of Suspiria, the 2018 version? Luca Guadagnino, fresh off, Call Me by Your Name. Quite a different film this is, though.
Yeah.
So what do you think about
could
this
say
one?
that. Well,
Tell us how you really feel.
see, the original was very of its time. It was very deliberately paced. It was very.
It was short, hour and a half.
Whoa.
This is not an hour and
This
a half.
is not an hour and a half. This
Correct.
is 1 hour
This
longer.
is an extra hour. We get an extra hour of fun.
The original I thought was very like nuanced. It didn't give you everything, so to speak. And I like that about it. They went full like modern day, just show you everything, tell you exactly what's going on. I feel like the first one was to me a mystery, like what's happening in this dance academy. There's something not right
Something
here.
going on.
I want to figure out what it is. It's the mystery box, right? I love getting into the mystery box, looking around. What's going on here, Phil? I need to know.
Pull this out.
Yeah. This was just, everything was on Front Street.
Like, I think in the prologue, with Chloe Grace Moretz,
Yes.
she says, she calls them out,
She uses
if you will.
the word, the W word. Is it a spoiler? I don't
They're
know.
all women.
Like, it was like the first...
Women.
Yeah, she says women, man.
No,
I
that's
don't know.
not
It's
the
the
word.
first scene.
I don't know, and I'm just like, they just exposed it right away.
Yeah, I don't...
Interesting.
Interesting
choice.
I think I'm leaning toward didn't like it. As Hercules once said, disappointed.
Excuse me.
I'm very torn because there is stuff I like in it, but I think overall, I'd say I appreciate the swing, but I don't think it made it over the fence. It was a bit of a swing and a miss for me.
Was it a swing and a miss?
Yeah.
Full
Or was it a double?
ground rule double?
I don't even know if I'd say a double, maybe even a single.
Did it make it to first base? At least?
Error, you think?
Well, he didn't play it safe. I appreciate the balls. He didn't
Right.
bunt. He
He
swung.
fouled
He
it hard.
swung.
Dug his heels
Fouled
in.
it hard into the right.
Right.
Okay.
Either I'm fouling hard or I'm grand slamming this bitch. Yeah, but it didn't quite work. I thought it had quite a few problems. Good amount of them are spoiler, but the main thing for
What
me...
do you like, though?
So what it did well, I thought Tom York killed it. I thought his music was amazing in this movie. Yes,
Really?
yes. That opening song when Dakota Johnson's mother is like getting cleaned up and stuff.
Man.
I'm like, Spotify, send me it. I need to hear this song like in my car right now. And I think there was another song at the end. Was it the same song? It was different, right?
Different song.
Another one that like bookends it with the next song I also loved. Did he do the actual score or did he just do the two songs?
He did the score. He did the score before. He did everything before the film filmed.
But-
And so Luca Guadagnino like played
Impossible.
the songs during the filming, so they could like listen to it while they were acting or whatever.
What the fuck?
Which is interesting. Very interesting method.
That's
Usually it's shot.
interesting.
Usually the
Shot.
score is done concurrently or post the filming, right? While they're in the
Of
editing
course,
phase. Right?
yeah. You watched the footage and composed the score to it,
Right.
or so I thought.
Yeah. I'm sure it's a bit of both, right? I'm sure the songs he like wrote. I think he wrote the songs and stuff first.
Yeah, because they were out before the movie. I heard there was like,
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know exactly what happened. But I know that
Cool.
Luca
Some
was
of it.
playing the songs during the filming of the movie.
So I love the music. I thought the camera work was really what's the word? Like it was never a stagnant camera. It was always like starting on a face and then flying out.
There was some interesting
Right?
movements to it. You
Yeah.
know, like the camera's moving, or like there'd be that classic like Italian thing where it would just like have it like a quick snap, like zoom into someone's face. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
It's like very of
Exactly.
that time, which I like that.
Yeah, that reminded me of the
The
original.
right?
It kind of had a similar atmosphere, I'd say, but
Without the colors.
Without the colors, they definitely bled the colors out. Bled anyone? It was way more plotted. I thought. Like I feel like he added a plot. It wasn't just like a
Subplots,
slasher.
if you will.
Yeah,
I think more subplots.
yeah. Which I don't know if that's good or bad. I really don't. I don't know how I feel about that. I think
the like RAF terrorist thing.
yeah.
The plane hijacking on the
Mhm,
Dr.
mhm.
Klemper thing.
the bombs going off.
Anyways,
Getting the-
Yeah.
but
I
overall,
thought-
you're kind of on the fence. It seems.
Yeah, I'm kind of down the middle. Like, not because like, oh, this is forgettable. This is fine. It's very memorable. There's shit in here that like disturbed me to the core. But it was up and down. Like, I just feel like sometimes it went too far and became cheesy. Also, kind of spoiler. This is more spoiler shit I'm referring to. We can get to that, but yeah, some of the stuff I feel like he went too far. I thought most of the characters were pretty uninteresting. I thought the best character was Old Man Tilda Swinton. What's his name?
That's Lutz
Joe?
You mean
Ebersdorf.
Lutz?
Oh my God, that's who that is.
Yeah,
I was
Lutz
like, who the-
Ebersdorf. Yeah.
Right, Lutz. Okay,
How did you think that was Tilda Swinton?
I didn't. I misspoke.
That's
I-
ridiculous.
I'm confused, obviously. Yeah, I thought he was the most interesting character. Is that a hot take? I don't know, maybe. But he wasn't explored enough, almost. Like, I wanted to see more of him. I liked him studying the company of dancers. And, yeah, doing that sort of, like, investigative journalism angle of it. Yeah, I don't know, I kind of thought, like, Dakota Johnson is not great. I don't think I like her. Like, I think she's not a great actress.
She's pretty flat for me.
Yeah, she's pretty flat, right?
Her dancing was great.
Her dancing was
incredible.
fire.
She can dance.
She can definitely dance.
If you want to.
It might have been that her character was quite of
Nice.
a departure from the original Suspiria.
Yeah.
We'll get into that, but
Yeah.
very honestly, they have the same name. And that's pretty much it, right? And they're foreigners coming into
A
this.
German dance academy.
Yeah, but besides that, pretty much different. in
Yeah.
most senses, but
The scares and like the kind of up moments where most of it's very flat, kind of slow, and then they have these obviously like the killings and whatnot were, I thought, for the most part good. There's one sort of like big scene obviously that I was not the biggest fan of. Yeah, overall, disappointing, I would say. I was
Really?
really hyped for this movie.
Yeah, I was as
I
well.
thought it was going to be, like, amazing, I'm not going to lie. But I feel like it's playing in the same lane as Hereditary, kind of. It reminded me of. But I feel like Hereditary did what this was trying to do much better. I feel like Climax, even, was, like, doing what this tried to do, but better. If you want to talk about
Quite different, but dance similar with the dancing
Yeah.
stuff. But
like,
also, I don't know if you guys saw Apostle on Netflix.
no,
Really reminded me of that.
really.
But
What did
yeah,
you think?
I'll say.
Scott?
Oh,
Well, before I get
shit.
to, I want to know what you think,
I'm
Phil.
gonna get eviscerated.
What do you think, Phil, of Suspiria?
Fucking eviscerated. dude.
I
As someone who doesn't have the original to
As a
sort of
fan.
fall
there's
back
yeah,
on.
because I didn't see the
You
original.
sort of went in fresh.
Went
Yeah.
in very fresh.
That's a take. I like that.
Really liked it.
Ah!
Really liked it.
I really
knew
did
it.
like it. Like the shots of like her mom in bed, like getting washed, and like the movie starts with that. And before I get into the movie, if you're in a movie theater and you're just talking with your friend, get the fuck out of the movie theater.
I
They
like
did-
it.
they did, actually.
They
Drop
did.
the hammer.
They did. When they did leave the theater, it was very nice. So just don't talk in a movie. PSA.
I wanted to speak during our showing. I wanted to say shut up,
Yeah.
but
If
I
that
just didn't get a
opening
chance.
credit scene went on a little bit longer, like, and they were still like, because I didn't hear them too much after that, so I was like okay with it.
Oh.
But if that opening credit scene went a little longer, my seat was going down and I was going back a row. And I was probably just going to sit directly beside them and just sit there throughout the whole
The
movie.
goat move.
And not even say, like, shut up. I just go sit right beside them.
I'm also, like...
Sorry to
almost-
get off topic here a little bit. But
I'm, like, disappointed that they left in a way. Like, you talked through the first 2 hours and then left with, like... Before the climax.
Right before the climax.
Like, at least have me the decency of talking through the climax.
I honestly didn't hear him after the first 5
They stopped
minutes.
for a bit, but my
They,
God.
kept, they kept coming back in. But
Cinema's
let's talk about the
dead.
film, Phil.
They're, like, showing these shots of, like, these women cleaning the body, the priest showing up. He gets out, he's doing the last rites, she's just, like, shaking down. Like, just the cuts and, like, I was, like, engaged right away. And then,
I'm with you. I like that as well.
And then the camera work you said was dynamic. I found the story to be interesting and compelling. Like, first it starts with Chloe Grace Montez going into this gentleman's office. She's freaking out. She's going crazy. Then she's gone. It's like, where did this girl go? And, like, we follow that for a bit. And then as that dies off and the movie really gets going, I was, like, thoroughly invested. Because it was like, where is this girl? What happened to this girl? What's going on with these dancers? Like, what are they doing here? Like, for me, I thoroughly enjoyed it. You said, like, you were like,
You're so wrong.
they dumped the mystery box out and, like, right at the beginning. I was like, yeah, they kind of did, but they also gave you things that I was, like, interested and cared about. And I was like, this was so nice. I thought the music was great. Not only the songs, but the score, too. Like, there's string sections in here, and there's a little electronic music in there, just, like, the subtle. It's not even, like, loud. It's just, like, quietly, like, you can hear it, and you're like, oh, man. Like, it just sets you on edge.
Yes.
I thoroughly
Yeah.
enjoyed this movie.
No.
You loved it.
I did. Tilda Swinton, unreal.
T-Sweat.
T-Swit.
The
I thought
other
she was
T-Swit.
very, very
T-Swint.
good.
Squint.
I thought the older
Don't squint at
madames or mademoiselles were all
women.
interesting. They were all women. They were all women.
Okay.
Even the lone male in this film
Lutz?
was
Lutz?
was a woman,
Lust?
which I think was intentional.
I have something to say about that as well.
Yeah.
Lutz.
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 You know, like the
Joe Hahn or something? What was his real name?
you know that Uruk-hai from Lord of the Rings that has the bow and arrow. Lutz.
Oh, shit.
Same name.
That's fucked.
I think
That
so.
guy has
I think
a
I
name?
think I got it right.
Oh my god,
I
this
think
guy's
it's
a
Lutz.
savage. I love it, Lutz.
Did you have something to say about Lutz?
Yeah.
You just said you had something to say.
No, I do, but like, I don't know.
Do you want to wait till
Is
spoilers?
a spoiler to say like what doesn't happen that I was like expecting?
We'll get into
Yeah,
it.
I don't
yeah.
know. We can save it.
Yeah.
We can save it.
I thought the cuts during the dancing sequences were amazing. When it's going back and forth.
See?
At the beginning, I was like, I like this. I like the audition.
Do you
I
think they're
like
better
the-
than Climax though? Like the dancing sequences?
I was thinking about that a lot the last day,
Oh,
and
insane.
I don't know, like, individually, I think Climax has better dancers. I think the dancers are better in Climax, but the choreography going into this whole, like, crew of dancers doing all this work, I was like, that was amazing in a different sense. Not that
They have
climax.
different style.
They have
Really
very
different
different
style,
style,
yeah.
and they were both amazing.
You're not
I would
wrong.
say that. I wouldn't say that one's better than the other. They're just different.
Okay, you're not wrong.
So overall, you really enjoyed it.
I
love it, I
thoroughly
hate
enjoyed
it,
it.
but-
I was
just
engaged.
kidding.
I was hyped. It was exciting. I was nervous.
So you loved
I
it?
was scared. Probably.
Did you love it, or did you really like it?
I think I loved it.
Oh,
I
that's
think
so
I loved
fucked.
Well,
I have no context. Prepare to get smashed.
So I'm mixed,
I'm gonna jump
loved,
in.
despised.
I'm-
Would be the only possible.
I'm pretty mixed.
Oh yeah, baby! Get off the
I-
podcast, boy.
I like certain
Sorry.
I like certain things about this film. Okay, the
Ew.
visuals I thought were great.
Oh,
Acting was good overall. Dakota Johnson was not great, but I actually like Mia Goth. I thought she was pretty
was that
interesting.
Sarah?
Mia
Yeah,
like you.
Sarah.
Yes. Yeah, she was.
Uh,
Sarah was great.
She was
I'm
good,
with you.
and I liked all of the like all the older women. I
Mm.
liked their sort of
Their dynamic was interesting.
yeah, and just
They
I
were
don't know if
good,
this
too.
there's the scenes where they're like together, and they're like subtitled, but they're like talking, but they're not actually talking, but they're like, you know what
I
I mean?
think, yeah.
How do I say that?
What do you mean?
I-
How are they talking if they were just being
Well, there's
women?
like
That scene
it's
in the
voiceover. It's voiceover,
right
on the scene.
True.
I'll say it that way. But I thought those scenes were great, and just their sort of presence, like
No. You're right.
even and I think it comes down to the cinematography as well, just the way they were shot. I don't know. It's just like there'd just be a shot of just one of them just standing there, and you're just like, I don't know, it's just intimidating or something. Right?
Terrifying.
Yeah. But yeah, there was several great sequences. I liked like you said, the audition, and that whole sequence.
The mirror room was amazing.
Yeah,
Let me say that.
pretty great.
I love the mirror room.
But then also the sort of the solo moment where it's like
Shit movie, but
she's like tied to what's going on, and the other there's like that double scene going on,
sorry,
a
bud.
little contortion going on.
Hmm.
But which by the way was done completely practically, the contortion. She's a contortionist.
Oh.
Olga.
Yeah.
The
that
Olga
was
scene.
that was shot without like CG or anything. The only thing was I think was like some like
The
practical
makeup?
effects, some like makeup on her and stuff like that.
Oh.
But yeah, that was all her.
Makes it more disturbing, I think.
Interesting, right? Yeah, not the only thing. I don't know what it is that I didn't love it. Maybe it
Yeah,
was a
me
little bit
too.
muddled. Like you guys mentioned all the different side things that you liked. Like you liked the journalistic sort of angle with
Uh-oh.
the professor, but
Am I
or
about
doctor,
to get
sorry.
Fucking haymaker.
I didn't. And I just
Really?
didn't like
Okay.
I didn't like
Talk to
Lutz.
me.
I didn't like Lutz
You didn't
Ebersdorf.
like. We didn't like.
as-
You didn't like Lutz.
No.
I grew into
Interesting.
him because I didn't like him at the beginning. Like I was like, get this fucking guy out of here.
Okay.
Well, let's just rip that Band-Aid off. I think we need to rip that Band-Aid off, okay?
Okay, rip it.
Tilda Swinton played Lutz, who played Dr. Joseph Kemper, right?
Okay.
And I think that was a mistake. You know?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think
so
that
we're
was a
gonna
mistake.
talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like spoil anything really, but like, why the fuck did Tilda Swinton play?
I think she
an
just
old
wanted
man?
she wanted to play an old man. She wanted I don't know.
The whole time I'm like, okay, there's got to
Is he
be.
gonna morph into Tilda or something, or do something weird?
I'm like, obviously, there's like, it's a disguise. Like, there's got to be something here. We didn't just get fucked. He didn't just put Tilda in old man makeup for no reason. Credits.
He
Oh,
did.
he did.
Yeah.
Like, she wasn't that good to be like, oh my god, you're sitting on a gold mine of a performance. You've become an old man. You have to
Yeah.
play this. No, you could have got any old man. I don't understand.
Yeah. For me,
It's
it
insane.
would maybe because I knew. Like I don't know. Maybe
I know,
I
I
didn't know.
I
It was
I didn't know until
Okay.
the end.
Really?
I was like, that's actually pretty crazy. Like I was like, that's pretty cool. Like,
So you
I had
didn't
no
know.
idea. I don't.
the voice didn't throw you. It was
I just thought it
really
was-
high.
I
really
just thought it was some
feminine.
old man. Like I literally just like it's just some old man they've grabbed off the
Man
street
can't-
and been like, here's this hearing aid from 1970s. Go talk to this.
And the
chick."
whole time I'm thinking, I wonder why he's walking so weird. And I just all I can think of is
Tilda?
the fact that Tilda's wearing a prosthetic dick the whole time
Oh my.
to get. Even like when she's wearing like obviously there's one
We saw that.
yeah we
Yeah.
did
Prosthetic dick.
Yeah.
we did.
I guess
we
we
nice.
must.
But all the other scenes where the doctor's
saw real
wearing
dick.
pants like
Also.
she's wearing a prosthetic dick underneath there.
So that's confirmed. She said I wore a prosthetic.
Well, I don't think she
Peen.
has a penis.
Okay.
No,
but
she wanted
may.
to fully immerse
She might.
herself.
We don't know actually.
She wanted to know exactly what it was like being a man.
She went method.
Yeah.
She played David
Again.
Bowie,
And-
didn't she?
Why?
I don't mind her doing that, but just personally it distracted, and I don't think her performance was that outstanding that it was warranted. You know what I mean?
It reminded me of Guy Pearce in Prometheus.
Mm,
How
Right.
you're just like, okay, there's got to be a reason we've got Guy Pearce playing an 80-year-old man, and then the movie's over, and you're like, nope, just got fucked.
they couldn't have
That's
just got Bruce Dern. You know?
all. Seriously, he would have been great for this. I'm like, there's got to be something. After credits, no, nothing.
Right.
I wanted to investigate him, do some journalism of my own.
Right. And it wasn't just the fact that it was Tilda that was distracting. I just didn't love that whole storyline. I thought
Okay,
it was a bit of a distraction, you know, and getting into the whole like Holocaust thing, and I don't know. I just thought that, and as well as the whole RAF terrorist thing that was going on,
I agree with you there. I thought
the
that
hostage
was just
situation.
convoluted.
That was just. Did that factor really?
I think it's because they could use it to explain what happened to the girl. Like, oh, she went off bombing houses. Like, that's why she's not around.
I think there was more
I
to it
guess.
than that because like they kept bringing it up like in the like it was like news and they would just like shut it off, and it was kind of like they're shutting off everybody else. They're doing their own thing like in this thing. There's power dynamics there. There's power dynamics inside this group academy. I kind of liked it.
They
I
don't care
agree with
about
you.
humanity.
It was a little. It wasn't quite cohesive, but I see
Mhm.
why he did it in some sense.
Okay,
Like
I'm
it wasn't
with that
pointless, but it wasn't
explanation.
very well done.
Yeah, like I don't hate it. I just thought it muddled the story. Like it wasn't as concise as it could have been. It definitely didn't have to be 2. What was it? 2 hours? 2.5 at least.
We walked in at 10:20, 15.
15.
We left at 5 to 1.
Yeah, it
was
was
a
like an
long
hour, two and like
I'd say
2 hours and
2:40.
35 or 2 hours and 40. Anyways, it could have been a lot less. And I think these convoluted storylines, like side stories, you know, didn't need to be there. And like even some of the things that happened, I don't know. I just wish there was more like payoffs, like more like setups and payoffs. I don't know. Is that
Yeah.
too plebby? I don't know. Like, I just think that
Oh,
there's certain things that you're like, okay, this thing happened. You know, this person tried to escape because she didn't like the dance group for whatever, and then this other person, Dakota Johnson, is dancing, and something happens to that person. It's like, okay, this thing happened, but like, what? Why? You know what I mean? Like, what's to what purpose? You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
didn't.
it was
Like,
it
yeah,
was
this thing happened and it was
muddled.
interesting and cool, but like, why? Like, it didn't lead, and it wasn't like step one of some process, some ritual thing, something. It was just this standalone thing that happened, and then we sort of move on, you know.
It needed to be streamlined. I feel like.
And there's one of the women that worked there, I guess, that stabbed herself in the neck.
Still wondering why.
Interesting, but why?
Dude,
Why do I
Phil,
care?
This is your favorite movie. What What do you have to say for yourself?
We
Luca
can get in.
Guadagnino?
We can get into that.
You got a little juice.
I think I might.
Okay.
I
All
might.
right. Okay.
I might. I don't know. It's just a theory, but
Okay. Interesting. Because I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't even have a theory. I'm like, why did she do it? You know, we don't know.
Not everything has to be explained. I just thought there was
Mhm.
all these different elements here mixed up, and it didn't create a cohesive statement for me.
Mixed
Like,
bag.
what is it trying to? What are you trying to say with this movie?
We're trying to say. We're trying to
Um,
do. I gotta
yeah.
ask something. I don't think it's spoiler. What did you think of Lutz's wife angle? Did you think that added depth to his character? Because I did. I thought that made his character have more weight.
Yeah. You mean the cameo thing there?
Yeah,
You know who that
just
is,
the
right?
wife in general, but
You know who
don't
that is?
say it was the girl from the first one.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Jessica Harper. Yeah.
I knew it.
That was the original Suspiria.
I was gonna
Susie
tell.
Bannion.
Shouts out to Emily. She was with me. I was gonna fucking tell her. I knew it was her.
It was a little bit like, oh, that's okay. They're doing that.
I
Okay.
knew it. God, that's the main girl.
Yeah.
You know what, man? Phil's right. It's a 6.
I liked it.
didn't say it was.
I liked it. Just maybe if it wasn't Tilda playing Lutz. I don't know. That whole thing. I don't know. I didn't love it.
We got fucked. Yeah.
That being said, I really love the editing, the aesthetics. The dancing was great. There were some good scares, especially there were some sequences where she's dreaming, and there's all
the
these
nightmare sequences
flash-like
were-
images.
No, that fucked
Shocking,
That fucked
but great. I love that.
Just
I
the
love
like
that.
quick images were.
Yeah, it disturbed me. It disturbed me. I didn't find it quite scary.
No,
Like neither is the
just
first one.
disturbing, I guess.
I would almost say the same thing I say about the first one. Looks good, great music, some disturbing stuff in there, but like I didn't love it.
Right.
Like it's
There was one
mediocre.
funny scene where are they police officers or detectives?
Detectives.
They come by.
Funny.
Hilarious. I love that.
It shook me.
Let's give our ratings, and we can get into some spoiler talk. I'm going to start off. I'm going to say this is like a 3.
3 out of
Yeah.
5.
5, yeah.
So spoiler.
Heavy 4 for me.
Whoa! Heavy 4.
Yeah. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Thoroughly.
Thoroughly
I
enjoyed
was
it.
thorough.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I liked it the least. I'm gonna go heavy 2.
Heavy 2.
Heavy 2.
I mean, it's borderline heavy too. Like I'm
For
there. Yeah.
You're with me. You have no
It's-
idea the weight off my chest.
It's got good things, but it's also got
It's not there
things
with
for
us.
me.
This is gonna be Phil's last episode. He's never allowed that.
Never doing this.
You only agree with us right
No
now.
dissenting opinions. 2018.
Let's get into some spoiler talk. Is there anything specific? Well, I guess we should get out of
There's a lot specific.
There's a lot of things.
There
we
is.
can talk about.
So,
Spoiler.
I think.
I guess the thing, Chloe Grace Moretz, right in the very beginning of the film, they're witches.
They
just
are
says
witches.
and
Instantly
they are
pissed me
witches.
off. Yeah.
She was correct.
For me, I was like, it's a horror movie. And then, like, I get it. Like, she comes in, she's like, they're witches. They're fucking witches. Like, they're going to do all this shit. And he's just like, you're having it. And then he writes down, like, she's having a delusion. She's, like, trapping herself in her own mind. And I was
Right.
like, is she doing that? Or she is like, is this
So you
actually
were on
I,
the fence.
I was like, okay, I'm in. Like,
No, but I mean, you didn't
I-
know what to believe.
I didn't know what to believe at the beginning. So for me, I was like, okay.
So it's very interesting as someone who hasn't
Yeah, the
seen
problem for
I've
me is
never seen
I
it.
knew they were witches, and
Yeah.
then right in the first scene, they're like, they're witches. I'm like, really?
So what's the choice there? Why do you think he chose to do that?
Yeah.
Do you think he thinks everyone's seen the original? 'Cause
Perhaps.
He's very wrong, I feel like. Like, that's not a mainstream movie.
Right. I don't think he was trying to make a mainstream movie, though. You know?
Yeah, I know.
He was doing like an art house.
That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying nobody's seen the original.
Right.
So you should use that. To me, that was like a ace up his sleeve. Like,
That he could have
It's
made
like
it
Star is Born,
ambiguous.
you know?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know what happens to one of those characters, right?
Same.
Because I hadn't seen the old one
Originals,
from
yeah.
the 70s, whatever.
So imagine if somehow
80s.
they said in the first 5 minutes, maybe if they started with that and the rest of the movie was a flashback or something. That's what I felt like with this. It's like, what are you doing? You're blowing your like best.
If only there was
Secret,
another
yeah.
movie where they did that same kind of thing. That was good.
Whew. Yeah,
It can work.
I love that movie.
But-
that you're referencing.
I mean, yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
wish
no,
he
I understand.
played on that more
Mm-hmm.
instead of just being like, it's all on the table, like no surprise. But I guess if I hadn't seen the original,
I hadn't seen the original, so for me it was like it wasn't just like okay they're witches. It's like okay yeah, but why are they doing this? And like getting into
But when you look at them, like, they're witches, like, clearly, right?
they're like Roald Dahl.
Like, they look...
what you won't
they
like,
look exactly like...
the beginning.
You
Honestly, in
think.
the beginning, I thought there was a divide between like the witches and then like the literal dance academy, madames and mademoiselles that would like run the school. I thought there was like a divide between them. Like some of them are witches, and some of them are just literally doing their jobs, but like they're all witches. All of them are witches. Spoiler alert. They're all witches. And I didn't mind. I was like, I was engaged along like.
Well, not the dancers aren't witches.
No, the dancers aren't witches. The dancers are just dancers. But the witches are witches.
The people working there.
But the people who work there are all witches.
Company.
Everyone that works at the.
And they were testing these girls to see like, oh, can you be a witch? Are you a witch?
Yeah, can we get into that?
Is that the whole point?
Are we going to define?
Because that's what they were like.
Happened?
That's what they were really well.
Because I'm not 100,000% sure.
We got to talk about Tilda's
three mothers.
third character in the movie.
There's a whole Three Mothers thing, which was is it Three Mothers?
It's Three Mothers.
Three Mothers.
Which ironically was based on like Dario Argento did a trilogy of movies that was based on each one of the Three Mothers. Suspiria is like the sigh, or whatever it means, sighing or something.
Yeah, it's like breath in Latin or something like that. Which there was a lot of like if you watch the dancing, like you can hear them breathing, like, and that's when Tilda first notices that Susan's here. Is like she hears her breathing, she stops and she runs downstairs to the interview, and she, or the audition, and she's like in the audition because she hears her breathing.
Interesting. That is interesting.
I like that whole mythology. I wish it was more on that and less on all the other extra shit. You know what I mean? I wish it was more focused.
I wish they...
Because that was the most interesting part for me, was the whole witch aspect.
Yeah, okay.
Like all that stuff. Instead of, the Lutz stuff.
Right.
The investigating it. Because in the original, it was just Susie that was your way in, and she was finding it out. Yeah. Instead of her and this random dude...
investigating from across the street.
I think the reason I liked it more and more because initially you feel like you are Susan, like what's going on at this dance academy? Why are all these weird things happening? Why did this girl leave? Like, why am I living in her room? Didn't she go crazy? And then you're kind of like invested in that. But as Susan accepts more of the witchcraft of the academy, you start getting into like the personal aspect of like what is happening to these girls, like where are they going, and that's when Lutz I think does better in the movie as a character because in the beginning he's weaker as like where are these girls? Well, I don't really care. We're dancing. Like let's go check out the dances and the witches and all this stuff. But as the witches become like more of a dominant theme in the movie, you want to know what happens to the people that these witches are as well.
Yeah, I think for me though,
that's a good point. You're making good points.
The whole point of the film though, what they're getting at, like why they're trying to recruit Susie. Yeah. Like, so is it that they just want her to be a fellow witch, if you will, and then there's sort of this reveal at the very end during that ritual.
So there's a woman, what's her name? Marcos? Mother Marcos. Madame Marcos or Mother Marcos. And at the
I believe she's one of the three mothers.
One of the at the beginning they have this vote and I believe they're talking or it's either they're talking or they're not shown and they're like the dialogue is there. And
I want to say that's the scene I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
I want to say it looks like they're just having dinner or breakfast, but they're actually conversing.
Yeah, I got that at the restaurant later in the movie when they're having like this like lively discussion at dinner, but like they're talking. I was like, oh, that's what they're doing. Like they're having these like foo-foo conversations and then really having conversation telepathically.
Yeah.
But if you're just looking at it, you're like, oh, these women are just talking about whatever. Like, who cares? But they're actually having meaningful dialogue. The first time they do that is at the beginning of the movie, and they're voting on who they should follow. This Mother Marcos or Madame Blanc. And the company decides that they want to follow Mother Marcos. Now, Mother Marcos is that old grotesque lady we see at the end of the film, right?
Also played by Tilda Swinton. Also, we'll get into that in a second.
I got a triple swin.
Trip swin.
Hold on to your pants, bud.
Okay. Holding on.
The point of the movie is that they need to find a girl who's strong enough of a witch to move Mother Marcos's spirit into this woman because Mother Marcos's body is obviously dying and decaying and decrepit. And throughout the movie, these witches are debating on whether Mother Marcos is truly one of the three mothers, and Madame Blanc doesn't believe that she is. She doesn't believe that, even if she doesn't overtly say it, there is mention that is she really one of the three mothers? Like we've never actually. She just says I'm one of the three mothers, and we kind of followed her along.
Right.
But what I think is actually happening is that the spirit, Mother Suspiria, is actually in Susan.
The entire time?
The entire time.
This is my question.
The entire time.
So is she like the goat chosen one?
No,
And she doesn't know.
she doesn't know because there's Susan and there's Mother Suspiria in this one person. That's why you see in the movie, like as a kid, she's drawing like
She wants to go to
Berlin,
Berlin.
and then she's like drawing like Berlin. And she's like, no, you gotta study America. And then she's like, oh, I went to see Volk 3 times at the library, and I took a cab once and I hitchhiked twice. Like she has this pull to Berlin, this pull to this coven of witches. Like, but she doesn't know why. Her mother, the Mennonite, is like, oh, she's sinful. She's my most sinful creation.
Right.
Because she knows that there's something
That's what tipped me off.
not right about her daughter. And then as they bring out this witch in her, this like Mother Suspiria, she becomes Mother Suspiria, and she's like, Mother Marcos, like, you're full of shit, Mother Marcos. You're not actually a real mother. I'm a real mother. I am her. Boom, dusts her.
Dusted.
Everybody else who is like, oh, Mother Marcos.
Everyone, I think it's everyone who voted for
Mother Marcos.
Yeah, definitely.
So Mother Suspiria is like the mother of death. So that's why like the 3 girls that like the one who ran away, the one who she kills at the beginning with her dance with like
Olga.
the contortionist Olga, and then her
Sarah.
she lets them die. Like how everyone explodes, but these girls just like collapse.
What's your
she,
wish?
She gives, what do you want? And they're like, I just want to die. I'm so tired. I just want to die. Boom. Like she doesn't explode them. She just
Oh yeah, she
and
just,
she
lets them
calls
down.
out Death, who's also played by Tilda Swinton.
A 4th character.
Who
Are you
just,
sure?
Boom.
Are you sure that's
Boom.
Tilda?
I believe so.
What, who?
Could-
who's
I mean,
that?
She's just in a
Could-
costume,
could be
right?
anyone.
Yeah.
Who's this? Who's Death? The black
No,
figure?
Death is the black figure. Mother Suspiria is like Mother Death. Like she runs Death. That's not her.
And
Death
that's
is
Dakota
Death.
Johnson.
Yeah.
The like black figure is just death.
And Dakota Johnson's Mother Suspiria.
Right. So Tilda Swinton played this black demon woman that comes up out of the ground in the red
Just
lighting?
Explodes.
Because that was one of the scariest
Explodes.
looking creatures I've ever seen.
And that's why, and like, it
That
didn't hit me
terrified
till the end of the movie. There's a scene where like, Susan's dancing, and we see these like grotesque nails like
Yes.
Yeah.
underneath something, just like
Yes.
scraping.
Was
And
that death
that
or
was
Marcos?
Death? That wasn't Marcos. That was
Because
Death.
it was clearly like a black
It was a
hand.
black
Right,
rotten
right.
So I
hand
thought
with
that
like
as
white
well, right?
fingernails. It was like
Yeah.
it's like coming out, but it wasn't Marcos. It was
I want to talk about... I did not like that scene.
which one?
The death coming up out of the ground and all the people exploding.
It was
Yeah,
like,
I didn't love that sequence, and you guys both said that you really liked that song, and I think that song took away from it. I did not love that.
You know
song.
what? I think I liked the song, but I didn't like it in marriage with that.
It didn't fit.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense.
I agree with you. It sounds good though.
Yeah, it's a good song, but
right?
I just don't
But it
think
doesn't
it fit.
I think I like both pieces individually. I just don't think they
That's
work
what I'm saying.
well together.
Right.
That
And yeah, I didn't love that sequence.
I thought it just looked like shit. It looked like a video game. You know those old video game cutscenes where there's like live action? I'm like, what? Did they like shoot this on like iPhone? Like it literally looks bad.
Like which parts
Yeah.
though? Like the
it does. No,
There's
it doesn't
certain
look good.
shots where like she's like blowing people
Oh,
up
okay,
and
yeah.
it's like shutter cam or something. It's like a iPhone. I don't know how else to describe it. It looks cheap with like the
Right.
red light. Like it literally looks like they're in like a soundstage basement. It just looks bad.
One of
Like,
those record
yeah, the
rooms.
explosions.
Just rented out for
Yes.
a day.
I was like, what is going on? Why does this look so bad? The rest of the movie looks
no,
good.
I agree.
But that one scene, I'm like, maybe it was the lighting.
Maybe it was like the blood. Like he wanted to show all that blood, so it was just
I don't
like,
know, yeah.
going everywhere.
And I didn't like...
Definitely reminded me of Climax. The end
Yeah.
of Climax.
so
yeah,
red.
But that...
But when
I
Climax,
feel like that was better, though.
I think Climax was great, but there's that certain part in Climax you're like, okay, the camera's upside down. It's getting a bit much.
Yeah. No,
right?
yeah.
It was kind of on that
But
level where
this
I'm
was,
watching. I'm
on
like, this
crack,
is like,
though.
I don't.
And the
I don't love
CG,
this.
like blood, like when Blanc gets her head, like, almost cut off. And then just, like, the, like, maggot rotting mother. Who is she? What was
Mother
her name?
Marcos.
Mother Marcos. Cheese, very cheese.
She looked kind of like Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
Kind of like Pizza the Hut from
Very
Spaceballs.
Very
Pizza
much
the
Pizza Hut.
I was like,
Alright.
no, this is going cheese. Like the line's been crossed. You should have danced the line. Like he didn't finesse it. Like Guadagnino, like just botched it. I feel like
Well, think of
That
the
whole scene was
hereditary
bad.
like ritual sequence at the very end, right?
Scott. That's exactly what I was thinking.
It's
of.
just so good.
I don't want to be that
and
guy.
shocking.
But like Hereditary and Climax were like in my mind this whole movie. I was like, nope, they did it better. Like almost every sequence, other than Olga. I thought the Olga contortion sequence was like fucking insane. I've never seen anything like that.
Did she really piss herself? Did she actually?
Did she puke? And
I don't know. She had a rough go.
is she dead? Is she
died.
still alive? I looked real.
It's like Cannibal Holocaust.
But yeah, I think that scene left a really bad taste in my mouth, to be honest. And I didn't even also like the epilogue when she goes and frees Tilda Swinton old man character of his memory.
Obliviates.
When she obliviates.
She's obliviates lads.
You got to obliviate him.
She obliviated him.
I just saw we saw it as well. Fantastic Beasts. But
Obliviate. You didn't like that sequence?
No.
I thought it was nice. Like I thought that was like. I thought
that's not nice.
I thought that was like this. Well, like
you Men in Black him like.
No, I think this. It felt like it was Susan almost.
Well,
I felt like it was Susan being
maintaining her humanity.
Like being like, okay, like this, like I know you've spent 34 years looking for your wife.
Also, why did they bring Lutz in? Like
into that room.
That's what Blanc
why?
said.
Good
She wanted
question.
a witness. Like
Oh yeah, they needed the witness.
they wanted to have a witness there. Like it was like an old tradition. Like
I loved when
Really?
that's what they said. That's what Madame Blanc said. She was like, this is old. Let's do some old stuff. I want a witness there. And then they're like, let's make the old man the witness. She's like, okay.
I did
and
like
then-
when they lured him in. I thought that was great.
That was
With his
brutal.
wife.
And then
It worked
like,
on me.
as soon as he shows up at the dance hall, I was like, no. And then like he's like, I'm at the dance hall, shit. And then he turns around and she's gone. I'm like, oh.
That
fuck.
and Olga.
And then they run out and like grab him. I'm like,
they're like screeching.
Thank you. That was my
Like, holy
favorite
shit,
scene.
holy shit.
I like
Because
that.
it literally worked. I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
god, his wife's back. Oh my god, this is crazy. Like,
yeah.
and then I'm like, oh no, is that the studio? Oh no.
Yeah.
I just thought it was nice of her to be like, this is actually what happened to your wife, and like this is what she was thinking. And she wasn't like being a dick about it. She was like,
I get
she
that.
was happy, and like when she was dying, she thought about the first time you guys held hands. I was like, that's actually really nice. And then she's like, I can't let him have this knowledge that like I am dead, like I'm the mother of death. I have to like get rid of that from him. But like if I'm gonna do that, I'm just gonna get rid of everything, and then he can live his life without his wife, without that like pain, even though it's still there. Even though you see that's the last shot of the movie is that like heart around the corner, the A and the J. I was like, that's nice.
Okay, not bad. You talked it up. I think I'm okay with it.
There are parts of it that
I'm
I was
okay
like,
with
I was watching, like, because I had,
That part.
you guys have seen it, right? So when they're like witches, you guys are already like, I know they're witches.
It's so funny.
But for me, I'm like, they're witches? Like, excuse me?
the old expectation.
And then I spent that whole first scene, like, is that Chloe Grace Montez? Is that her?
Moretz.
Montez? She need a haircut? What's going on with her?
Yeah.
I liked it.
Her voice is very distinct. I can
Really,
tell
really
right there. But was there anything else specifically you guys wanted to bring up that you
Oh,
guys want to talk about?
The
That's it for me.
madame who ghosted herself, who just takes the knife and like right in the neck.
Right.
Do you have an explanation?
I think
You're plugged in.
I think she felt like oh, like I want to vote Marcos, but or like I want to say Marcos, but then she's like, this girl's like growing, she's strong, like she's very like she's stronger than a lot of us see. I think she's death, and she's like, I'm not gonna stick around to like go through this hell. I'm just gonna end it now and get out of it clean by my own hand on my own time. And she like, cause she doesn't say anything, right? Like she doesn't.
She literally doesn't say
she
a
just-
single word the entire movie.
Yes, and she's just sitting there like listening to all these conversations happening and like watching this girl grow. And I think she's just like, there's something going on here that's above what I think is acceptable. And so she just picks the knife up and just ends it. Gets out ahead.
Yeah. I mean, all these things, all these explanations, like, yeah, like that's what happened.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
But it's not. It wasn't to me. It wasn't done in a way that was compelling enough for me.
I agree with you. I'm
Dude.
like, yeah, the logic is sound.
Like,
but-
yes, I understand the
Yeah.
the
Literally what happened.
Literally what has
The
happened.
events, I understand.
I understand that.
It cleared
I
up
just-
a lot for me because I didn't understand some of it.
Like a lot of the ritual stuff, like I understood for the most part what was happening. I just didn't feel the why.
Oh, and when Sarah breaks her leg, like down that hallway, like that was. I hate leg injuries like that. Like that just gets my spine. Like that was fucked. Sorry. Not for that.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Well, I think that.
That does it.
Yeah, we all agreed.
I think that'll do it for our review of Suspiria.
See you guys never.
Phil, do you have
Plugs?
Some
What do you want
places
to
that-
plug?
You find me on Letterboxd, Wicked Swami. We'll be uploading a lot in November. A lot of movies coming out that I'm seeing. A lot of movies that I'm seeing that I should have seen earlier. Check me out there, Wicked Swami.
You can find me on Twitter at Franey25 and Instagram and Letterboxd at UpRealAdam.
You can find me on Letterboxd at Upreal Scott, and you can find us as well on Facebook, Instagram,
Yeah.
And also, if you do like this video, give it a like, give it a comment as
Hit
well
the
in the comment
comments.
section if you want to join our discussion about Suspiria. And of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And as always, keep it real.